Welcome to GED Exam Practice Test. Our topic today is life science, exploring cells, their structures, and energy processes. Download the app by using the link in the description or by searching GEDprep AI Tutor in the App Store and Google Play to access more exam-like practice tests. Question 1 refers to the following diagram. According to the diagram, what is the part of the plant cell responsible for supplying energy? A. Lysosome. B. Ribosomes. C. Mitochondrion. D. Nucleus. The correct answer is C. Mitochondrion. Explanation. The mitochondrion is known as the powerhouse of the cell. It is the organelle responsible for producing energy through a process called cellular respiration. In this process, the mitochondria convert glucose and oxygen into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, which the cell uses for all energy-requiring activities. Question 2 refers to the following information. Besides the cell wall, the water held in a plant cell's vacuole contributes to the plant's rigidity and form. If a plant doesn't absorb enough water from the soil via its roots, it depletes its stored water, causing its vacuoles to decrease in size. This shrinking of the vacuoles leads to wilting. Which of the following is a conclusion based on the paragraph above rather than a given fact? A. Cell walls help give a plant cell firmness and shape. B. Cell walls cannot maintain a plant's shape and rigidity when the plant lacks water. C. Plants take in water from the soil through their roots. D. Vacuoles help give a plant cell firmness and shape. The correct answer is B. Cell walls cannot maintain a plant's shape and rigidity when the plant lacks water. Explanation. The paragraph states that the cell wall and water in the vacuole contribute to rigidity. It then describes that if a plant doesn't absorb enough water, its vacuoles shrink, leading to wilting. The conclusion is that even with cell walls, the plant wilts without sufficient water, implying the cell walls alone are insufficient for maintaining full shape and rigidity in water-deprived conditions. Question 3. A student observing a cell under a microscope identifies the cell membrane, cytoplasm, a small vacuole, and the nucleus, but cannot see a cell wall or any chloroplasts. The student infers that the cell is a eukaryotic cell. Which of the following is evidence that her conclusion is correct? A. The absence of a cell wall. B. The presence of a nucleus. C. The presence of cytoplasm. D. The absence of chloroplasts. The correct answer is B. The presence of a nucleus. Explanation. Only eukaryotic cells have a membrane-bound nucleus. Cytoplasm is present in all cells. Chloroplasts and cell walls may be absent in some eukaryotes, so they are not definitive evidence. Question 4 refers to the following information. Cells were initially discovered in the 1600s, when English scientist Robert Hooke examined cork cell walls with a microscope capable of magnifying a specimen several hundred times its original size. In the 1800s, the compound light microscope, which can magnify up to 1,000 times, was invented. Electron microscopes, capable of magnifying up to 1,000,000 times, were invented in the 1900s. What is the primary reason why our understanding of cells has expanded as microscope technology has advanced? A. Compound light microscopes can magnify cells up to 1,000 times. B. Each time the microscope is improved, scientists can see cell structures more clearly. C. Robert Hooke's microscope only allowed him to see the largest cell structures. D. Electron microscopes can magnify up to 1,000,000 times. The correct answer is B. Each time the microscope is improved, Scientists can see cell structures more clearly. Explanation. The passage traces the history of microscopy, from Robert Hooke's early microscope to compound light microscopes and then electron microscopes, noting that each advancement brought higher magnification. The core benefit of higher magnification and improved technology is the ability to reveal more cell structures, improving our understanding of how cells function. Seeing more detail and clarity directly leads to a deeper understanding. Question 5 refers to the following information. Diffusion is the process by which particles travel from a high concentration to a low concentration. For example, oxygen diffuses through the cell membrane of a unicellular pond organism from the water, where there is plenty of oxygen, to the cell, where there is little oxygen. Eventually, the concentration of oxygen inside and outside the unicellular creature is equal. Consider a single-celled organism in a watery environment. What would happen if the amount of oxygen was higher inside the organism than in the surrounding water? A. Oxygen would diffuse from the unicellular organism into the pond water. B. Diffusion of oxygen between the organism and the pond water would stop entirely. C. Oxygen would diffuse from the pond water into the unicellular organism. D. Water would diffuse from the unicellular organism into the pond water. The correct answer is A. Oxygen would diffuse from the unicellular organism into the pond water. Explanation. The passage defines diffusion as the process by which particles travel from a high concentration to a low concentration. It gives the example of oxygen moving into a pond organism when there's plenty of oxygen outside and little oxygen inside. If the situation is reversed and oxygen concentration is higher inside the organism than in the surrounding water, oxygen will move out of the organism into the water to balance the concentrations, following the principle of diffusion. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for updated videos every week.